Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor and I'm Jewel. As you can see, we're working on the grocery store again. We're on the Jewel's Peaceful Valley map if you didn't know. And I have a playlist of different tutorials about this map that I'm working on and other tutorials that just teach you about the Giants editor and how to do some map making stuff if you want to see that and you're new to the channel. If you've been watching the channel and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you like the channel, please support the channel by subscribing. It really helps. It shows me you want to see more and I'll keep doing more. And please smash that like button and share these videos with your friends. But we're going to get started, and I'm probably on this episode, we're not finished situating everything in the store. But what we're going to do is go ahead and add the little loading or unloading spot right here. And I think I need to mold that a little bit over there. Let's clean this up real quick. I see a spot. Or do I? Yeah, let's smooth that. Put it on sculpt mode, just on smooth. Roll down, try to knock that down. Okay, so we got to put it on subtract. Barely knock this down. Clean that up a little bit. There we go. Alright, it should be good right there. Alrighty. And we're going to go ahead and put that back here like it was on the other one. You don't have to. You can put it wherever you want. And it doesn't have to go in the same spot as Elm Creek. But I don't mind it being where the loading zone is, unloading zone is rather, or loading or unloading, whichever, because that makes sense. So I'm going to put it there. So it's not that I have to copy the Elm Creek, it's just I don't mind putting it there. So if you want to put it in the front of the store, put it in the front of the store. Wherever you want to put it, you put it. But it's the trigger and it's for that. So we're going to show you that real quick. But what we're going to do is just go over it a little bit, show you the file, show you why we're doing what we're doing, and hopefully everything's squared away and goes well. Now, what we're going to do in this case is we need to go get that uh, in the File Explorer. So we're going to click on the File Explorer, and it's already there, but I'm going to take you back through till you get to it. Go to D drive in my case, could be C drive in your case. Program files 86, Steam, Steam apps. Just depends on what you have yours on, common. And then here's my FS19, which you would find all your information from there. Mine's in D drive, Steam library, Steam apps, common, double clicking all these. FS22, double click, data, double click. Placeables, Maps US. Let me see. Where are we at? Here's the shopping mall, selling station shopping mall. Open that, and as you can see, there's the i3D. It also has this XML file, which we'll go ahead and take a look at to explain something real quick. Right click and hit edit with Notepad++. This has the information in it. It has the name of it. It has the picture that you would see in the store. Then it has this line here that has the i3D. So this i3D is what it's actually what you see in game. Essentially, this calls this i3D and tells it to show up in the game. And then it tells it this to go here, data shared, assets, marker icons, XML for the unload. And so that's what it's going to call. So when we put this in our placeables .xml file, it's going to call this file, which is called the selling station shopping mall .xml. So that's what we're going to put in our placeables XML, and then it's going to say, hey, go get that, look here, grab that, grab this, and then anything else it tells it to do is here. It tells it all these other extra things, and it does whatever it tells it. Okay, so that's what that is. We're going to close it. I'm going to minimize it. Okay, so, and here's the i3D, and what we're going to do is minimize this for a minute, and we're going to go to File on our Giants editor, Import, go to a D drive. In my case, yours might be on C or wherever it is. Steam library, in my case, Steam apps, common, FS22, double clicking all these data, and placeables and map US, and then find the shopping mall thing and open that one, and then click on the i3D and click open. And wait for it. Leave it alone, don't do anything. As you can see, mine's a little slow right now. There we go. Hit Control B as in boy, and left mouse click till you get it in there, and then roll in, and you can decide which angle you want it, how you want it, whatever you want it. I'm trying to decide, do I want to turn it? How do I want it? Let me see. Yeah, let's do 190, negative 90. There. And that should be good. I think I'm satisfied with that. We could scoot it over a hair. Line it up like so with these doors here. We'll look at the level underneath there, as you can see. Let me see. It went pretty far under, as you can see. But it just depends on what you want to do. You can bring it up some. Just make sure that kind of sits under the ground just a little, just to make sure you get it. Okay? And once you set it in place where you're happy and you're satisfied, you need to go ahead to your placeables XML. But before that, we're going to go somewhere. I'm going to take you back to the main game and show you something. So we're going to go back to D drive, Steam library, Steam apps, common, FS22 data. We're going to go to maps US. We're going to come down to the placeables folder, XML, and then we're going to right click and click edit with Notepad++. We're going to come in here and go look through and find what we need and see what all they have for theirs. Let's see if we can find that particular area. Let me see what we got here. I don't see it on none of those. Here we go. This is what we have, Selling Station Shopping Mall XML. That's the line we would need for our placeables XML. So we're going to click at the end of it, left click, hold it down, drag it over, make sure it's on that line all the way to the beginning, let go, right click on the highlighted area and hit copy. Then click off of it, click out of it, like close it. Don't change anything in it. Now you can see it pop me back up in mine, but I'm going to close that because we're going to pretend like we wasn't there. And before we leave and go anywhere, we're back in the file manager where we just went into the main game placeables.xml. We're going to roll down to the store items, right click and click edit with Notepad++. Now you're going to look in here and see, do they have that shopping mall in here? And they do. So that tells us we're going to need this. So we don't need to copy it yet, but we're going to come back and get it after we put this line that we just now copied in our placeables, and then we're going to come back to the store item thing and get it and take it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is leave this one open since we already have it open, and I'm just going to highlight over onto this one and go up to the top this way. Documents, My Games, FS22, Mods, the map name. Go to my XML, which is here. Yours, if yours don't look like that, doesn't have one that's called XML like that, and what if yours looks like, say, a regular one that you have, regular mod map like this, then go to Maps US, and then you'll find your placeables folder and go there. Wherever your placeables XML document is, that's where you need to go. Okay, so now we're going to go back to mine and the XML. And the placeables, right click, edit with Notepad++. I'm going to scoot this over, click at the end of this one, right above all these little extra ones that have 2 or 3 lines. See, this has 2 lines, that has, or 3 lines, this has 3 lines, this has 3 lines, so on. Then these got a bunch of lines because it goes in between these placeable. And this line, the forward slash is a close. This one that don't have a forward slash is a beginning or an open. So you're going to want to be at the end of this line here where they have single lines. Some of them are single lines, some of them have a bunch of information. So we're going to stick to the top because this is something that's more singular. So we're going to click it at the end of this and hit enter. If you were clicking yours somewhere else, say you would need to go to the end of whatever one had a close, where that has that forward slash, then you know that placeable line is a close, so you could click to the end of it, hit like that, and hit enter, and you would be okay. Okay. Otherwise, you wouldn't. It would be a problem because then you would be. If you clicked it here and did it, you'd be breaking up this one, and it'd mess it up. If that makes sense. Okay, we're gonna left click here where we spaced hit enter, and we're gonna hit paste after we hit right click. Come over, we'll make sure we stick it at the beginning of this and space this placeables over to make it a little more neat. And in this case, these would have to go over if I'm keeping it organized. You do not have to, but if I was, I would click at the front of these because obviously this word is longer than these words, and I would just come over some with each level and just line them up like so. And you may have to, and you don't have to do this. I said leave it wherever it lands if you want to. You don't have to organize it. You don't have to line it up. You don't want to delete any of this or actually mess up anything, so you can just leave it. You don't have to do this. Then I'll click here and back this one up, and then see, it makes it look neater. Now it's all different. Click at this one, move it over. We'll move that one in a minute after we add numbers because it's going to kick it over when we add the numbers. So now that we've got that line in there, see, it tells it to go get that selling station shopping mall XML, which I just showed you. And we're going to go ahead and go get our numbers out of the Giants editor. So while this isn't highlighted, the whole group, the main group, you're going to click at the end of the Translate X box at the end of the numbers, hit Shift Control and C as in cat. Go click back on your Notepad++ area. Go back to the same line that you put in there. Click in front of these quotation marks and highlight all the numbers in between the quotation marks. Right click on the highlighted area and click paste. See, that threw that over there for me. So then we're going to come over here and click on the rotation and back it up. But you don't have to do that. Just leave it alone if you want to. You don't have to. Alright, that organizes it. Okay. Now we're going to go get the other numbers. So go back to the Giants editor. Click on the rotate X at the end of the numbers. Shift Control and C as in cat. Click back on the Notepad++. Put it in between the quotation marks with the highlight. Hold down left mouse button. Drag it over. Right click. Click paste. Okay. And as you can see, there's the numbers. Now we can hit save. Okay. Hit save. Now we need to go get that store item and put in our store items. Okay. So we're going to go back to the File Explorer, the one I left open. If you don't know how to get to the store items, go through wherever your game is installed, like I showed you. Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, FS22, Data, Maps, Maps US. Go down to the store items, right click and click Edit with Notepad++. Roll down till you see the one you need, which is the shopping mall one. Click at the end of it, left click, hold it down, drag it over, let go. When it gets to the beginning, right click on the highlighted area and hit copy, left click on anywhere, and then close that. It pops you back to here, and if you're satisfied that it popped you back to the exact right XML area, then you can read it if it is. Then go ahead and put it in there. If you're scared and you're like, I don't know, then go back through your, I accidentally turned GIMP on. Give me a second to close it. It won't let me until it opens though. Shame on you. Alright, bye. Okay, now, if you're worried about it and you're like, I don't know if that's the right place, go back through. Go back up to Documents. Go back to My Games. FS22, Mods, go to your map name, wherever you're supposed to be going. And then in this case, you'll go to Store Items. Click on your Store Items. Now, that was in my XML where we were over here. So that's not where we need to add this Store Items information. It needs to be in the Store Items. Or, it could be in the Mod Desk. It depends on if you have a Store Items or not. If you don't have a Store Items document, you're not going to have one, then you need to put it in the Mod Desk. But in this case, we have a store item, so I'm going to right click and hit Edit with Notepad++. And if I don't already have the shopping mall in there, which I do, I left it in there from the main start, then you need to click at the end of this, hit Enter, and then right click over here and hit Paste. and then you can just put that in front of there and back it up till you line it up. Well, there we go. But I don't need it since I see that I have it, so I can delete it. But if you don't have it, like I say, then add it that way. Okay, I'm going to delete it, and then I'm going to hit backspace 1. Then I'm going to hit save. Make sure you hit save. Okay? So now we're done with that. We need to go back to the Giants editor. Alright, now you got two choices. You can either delete this and hit save, this trigger, the unloading station trigger, or put it in your placeholders folder. So this is my placeholders folder. If you don't know how to do that, I'm not going to teach it on this episode. I want to keep it short. Basically, you need to go look at my video about how to do the placeholders folder, how to make it. It's real short, shouldn't take you very long. And then come back in here after you make it and grab this unloading station, highlight it, make sure the whole thing's highlighted. Don't accidentally get none of these down here, but get the whole group right there. And then hit your middle mouse scroll wheel, hold it down, drag it up to placeholders, and let go. Go look inside there, make sure it went in there, and there you go. That's going to hide it. If you put it in this placeholders folder, it's going to hide that from the in-game when you go in-game, and you'll only have the trigger running from that XML that we put in the placeables XML folder. So when we was in the placeables XML folder, right here, it tells it to go look at that XML right there. Data, placeables, map US, selling station, shopping mall XML. And when it told it to go look at that XML right there, whoops, I gotta click undo, I accidentally did something. Alright, once it goes and looks at this XML where I showed you it tells it to call the i3D from there. So the i3D that our game shows in game is going to be the one this one goes and tells it to call from the main game area. Okay, so if you'll go look at the File Explorer in that area, you just have to go back through the documents, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, FS22, Data, Placeables, Map US, and the shopping mall. It's going to call that i3D there, and not the one that we have in our map. It's going to open this, it's going to call this XML. That's what it's calling. And then this XML, if you open it, it calls this i3D. It says go to Data, Placeables, Map US, this name, that name, to get that. Okay? So that's where it's calling that from, and then the store item tells it to show it in the store and whatever. But make sure all that's saved. Anyway, go back to your Giants editor. Anyway, you can either delete it and hit save after you've gotten the numbers. Don't delete it before you get the numbers, and put in that placeables XML, and or put it in the placeholders folder to hide it, so that you won't have two triggers. Otherwise it'll be two of them. It'll be the XML one and this one. That's what your point of doing it is. Okay, so we're calling it from the XML to read it that way. Saves the file size and everything for when you're making your map. Alright, we're going to hit save, or we can go up and get the career start point, and we can hit Control B as in boy, left mouse click, and we can back it up a little bit. Point that toward where we're going to be looking. It should be a little icon up here, right here. And if it does, we'll know we did it right. And if we can look in the hit escape in the in-game, we'll know it's right. We're going to hit save and go in-game and check it. Now, I'm not going to try to unload anything into it, because I don't feel like trying to do all that. I don't even have everything set up on my map yet, as you can see. Eventually, you'll have to go through and practice everything. But for now, I'm not going to do that today. But we will do that in the future. And you can check your log for any errors if you run into a problem. But we're going to go ahead and open this. I hadn't opened it today, so it'll always take a second when you don't. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Hope it helped somebody. There is a help icon that they put at the other one on Elm Creek. We could add that later. I'll do something about that probably later, potentially. Okay, we need to delete this 15. Whoop, I did not want it to go in there. We're going to delete that. I like to use the same spot, then I know what it was I used. And we're going to go in the map. It just makes it easier, so I'll know every time I go in there I'm in 15, and if I need to save something, I'll know to go look in 15 and not have to wonder what save game was I in. It's just the way I do it. So you can do it however you want. Doesn't really matter. But then I'm used to 15, so I'm just gonna stick with it. Alright, it's gonna take a little bit, so in the meantime, smash that like button while we wait, and subscribe to the channel. Make those numbers go up. Hopefully we can hit 1,000 soon. We're doing good. I appreciate everybody. Got a lot more coming. Got some special stuff going on I'm trying to get done. Trying to get more and more done on it. So stay tuned. Check out the simulator games. I did Ranch Simulator, Farming Simulator, 19 and 22. I did Gold Rush the game. I did Trader Life Simulator 1 and 2 a little bit, and PC Simulator, Car Mechanic Simulator demo, Lawn Mowing Simulator I did a little bit on. I didn't do a ton. There's a lot of different stuff you can check out. Hotel Renovator demo. So look on my channel and check out those simulator games. Alrighty. And there we go. As you can see, it is there. And you can add the markers, you know, those markers that come. You can get some of them and add them. They probably actually have some that go with it. And I'll run around the front of the store just to show you everything we did. I didn't lower that, so we need to, at least it don't look like it. But you can see we lowered it. We gotta fix some things. But we're not finished. This is gonna be the way out. Another way out. And we're gonna have, this is gonna be different looking. It's not gonna hit the bottom like that. It'll be smooth. And basically this is another entrance, so you'll see. So you'll come in, and then you'll have parking all along here. This is going to be a drive through right here that you can cut through. Then you're going to drive over here, through there. Then you're going to be able to drive through the front here, between this, and then the parking's going to be out there. But anyway, we're coming along. I hope everybody's enjoying the tutorials. I hope it helps you. Like I say, if you still have questions, ask. I'll try to help. There's the road. Looks pretty good. Not too bad. We've got a little more work on it. Then this is going to be like a feature. Like, we got to situate that. Like flowers. We might make a brick thing. I don't know. We'll see how we're going to do it when we do it. And then we're going to leave. This will be a curb probably with grass in it. And the trucks, they can come in. Well, this might be wider, I don't know. You can turn in there. And as you can see, we got to smooth that just a hair right here. And then they can come in and they'll pull around and back up to this. I left that up in the air because some of them are like that, where the truck, those trucks are up higher, so when they back up they're level. So I left it up like that. But anyway, that's pretty much it on this episode. There's the XML. Obviously, it's not going to do anything because we don't have our stuff over here. So you can't tell it actually did anything other than that. We can hit it, enter, and then you can see that that icon is there. If I can click on it, Grocer Mart. So then you can click visit, and it takes you there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Please hit the like button, subscribe. Turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.